What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber diatribe. You see the thumbnail. Um, this is gonna be the new upper class. Once again, shout out to Erica Williams. We was talking about this yesterday on her channel. The video is gonna come out later, so bear with me on the dates. But I propose that being single and able to take care of yourself in your own apartment, no roommates, no help, is going to become the new upper class. Because with the boomerang generation, and people don't know what that is people who left home and they had to swing their way back because they couldn't handle being adults. They couldn't afford being adults. It kind of the same as the 10 years ago when people were going to college and they graduate and come right back home because they didn't find a job in the workforce. Now you're seeing that with, people late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, 40s, having to be roommates. So, and the cost of living keeps going up, and inflation and the country's issues as far as the national debt. The debt keeps going up. And what you're seeing is, or what you're not paying attention to is, you're going to see less and less people being actually able to afford being on their own. So the middle class, the median income in the middle class is what, $32,000 or $40,000. That puts you in the middle class. But a lot of people can't afford to be, even people are working poor, working class, working middle class. Most people are a few checks away, or 1 month or 2 months or 3 months away from being out on the streets if they went without a job. So what happens, but add that to the cost of living as far as apartments or townhomes or condos, and the rise of them being so many, and the cost of housing has went up to the point where people can't even afford to buy a house for themselves. They can't afford the down payment. So now you're seeing people, and you're going to increasingly see more people. You got a 1 bedroom. You can afford this. Who else is here? Is it just you? Yeah, it's just me. Now people are going to want relationships that, with the ladies with the strong and independent thing. I'm strong, I'm independent, I don't need no man. Well, the rent just went up, and now you in a bind. Maybe you got a kid. So now, can you afford that 2-bedroom? And even though the 2-bedroom is always 2 and 3 bedrooms are technically less than a 1-bedroom if you go for cost average. But can you afford the 2 bedrooms now? Can you afford that? And now, you got women moving in with their girlfriends, friends, not necessarily girlfriends as in couple, but you also have women moving together with women as a couples. You got guys doing a shared house, frat house type Airbnb style thing where this is your room, this is your room, this is my room. We're gonna all chip in, and we're gonna save a few dollars, and we're gonna, save up to move out on our own, hopefully. And you're seeing more and more people hook up with that ideology where, man, if I go somewhere and this person, even if they live in check to check, if they can actually afford to live on their own, they can, they're buying their own, they're paying their own rent, they're paying their own mortgage, they're paying their, take care of the groceries, taking care of the gas, taking care of the utilities, taking care of their necessities, their amenities. And you're like, how many people are we seeing like that? Now, because the prices of 1-bedrooms, 1-bedroom apartments are, depending on where you're at, somewhere upwards for $1,500 to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Just depends on what city or state you're in. And for most people, that's unaffordable. You got a lot of people, on the brink of homelessness or about to be homeless. You have the pandemic, where you had people who stayed at home for a year and they enjoyed the unemployment or resetting their life or doing something, but they really didn't actually make any significant strides in that year off. And now we got a problem. Then you got the people working from home. Excuse me. Some of those people did great. And other one of those people And the other part of those people are on the verge of or about to get fired, whether it's automation or just their lack of effort when somebody wasn't over their shoulder making sure that they work. So you got that. And that's what I mean by boomerang. Like you got kids going to college and coming back home because they really didn't they really didn't invest their time properly. And I'm finally grown. I could do what I want. And then they wind up blowing it and coming back home. So and now you got to go out into the real world and work, and you realize you got a job, but your job can't. You're gonna need 2 or 3 different jobs, and now you working. Now you have to get a regular 9 to 5, and that might not be a career, it might be a job. Then you have to also work in the gig economy just to make ends meet, to actually put yourself in a 1-bedroom place and take care of your own and be self-sufficient. So that's a problem. So it's such a problem for so many people. So many people are stressed out that, if you just have your stuff together as far as taking care of yourself, you're going to get looked at different. You can't have people come to you can't have just anybody even come to your apartment because, the people you might have come visit your apartment, your townhome, home, condo, whatever, they're going to start looking around like, man, you got more than me. And, maybe you got insurance. So if I rob you, I can come up real quick and maybe I can get by for a month or 2 with everything I can steal out of the place. And it's like, this is what it has boiled down to, because at the end of the day, most people can't stand on their own 2 feet. And you got older people who are running out of money when they're retirement. Now they got to come back now they got to live with their kids. The kids want to live with the parents because they can't handle being adults. And then you got family members who are screw-ups who are trying to find somebody well-off who just, I want to live with them. So the upper class is going to technically change because you can't let anybody know that you can actually handle your business on your own. Because if you do, somebody's going to feel like they can slip into that space. And this is why you're seeing all these chameleon type relationships where people are ready to be more loving and submissive and cooperative because, the rent just went up. And you need to get along with somebody so they can actually easier the financial load on you. But you tell me what you see. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.